folks who don't know. Ay, 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 ay. I am all appearing. I am all invisible. I am in the highest, and I am in the very low. Tell you I am all appearing. I am all invisible. Glory God appearing, glory God invisible, glory in the highest, glory, glory God below, glory, glory God appearing, God invisible, glory in the highest, glory, glory God above, yeah. Ay, 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 ay,
That's Kev Choice and Omega Ray. Thank you so much. And thank you to our AV team and Jasper McSilver, our sound technician or sound engineer. What a wonderful way to start the morning. We're so lucky. Thank you. My name is Rain. I'll be your announcer for today's service, and I'm happy to welcome you to the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, where we teach spiritual principles and practices that nourish us, uplift us, and celebrate our oneness with all of life. A special welcome to anyone here for the first time today. If you are here for the first time and can raise your hand, we have a little welcome packet for you. Wonderful, welcome. Thank you for being here with us. We're so glad to have you here. And thank you for being here, YouTube and Facebook Live. Attendees, we're happy you're here too. Make sure you sign up for our weekly newsletter and learn all that we do at the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. We like to start by respectfully acknowledging that in the Bay Area, we gather on the traditional land of the indigenous Ohlone people. We honor with gratitude the land itself and the people who have stewarded these lands for countless generations. Now we'll take a moment to bless our children. My oldest child got his driver's license 2 days ago and is on his third solo driving trip, so I'm sending him special blessings. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. We bless all the children in our community and the world. We love you. We see you. We know the truth of who you are. You are unique expressions of God, and we are grateful to have you in our lives. And so it is. Some announcements this morning, and one announcement that doesn't have a slide, so you'll hear it from both myself and from Reverend Sunshine. We want you to remember this, even though you don't have a visual. On January 26th, we have a special town hall potluck here at 1 p.m. So bring a dish, bring your great energy and fabulous ideas, contributions to share. We want everyone to be here, and so log that into your brain and your calendar, and you'll hear more about it. On Wednesday, January 15th, at our midweek Oasis, join practitioner Jessica Kress from CSL Santa Cruz for a deeper conversation on the topic making space for it. Meditation is at 6:30 and service is at 7 by Zoom. Our daily readers for 2025 are 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes and 365 Inspirational Daily Guides for Grateful Living by Deborah Perdue. Join us, and you can pick those up in the bookstore. Support Oakland Center for Spiritual Living's 2025 annual pledge, Rising Higher, Growing Deeper. Thanks to you for your ongoing support for the Oakland Center and keeping this center thriving. There's still time to make your pledge for 2025 and engage in the law of circulation, opening up to greater good as we give. Please join us in nurturing our spiritual home and letting the flow of good continue. You can visit our website, oaklandcsl.org, and select the donate button on the homepage to sign up. There's also still time to sign up for the OCSL Buddy Love Program for connection, community bonding, spiritual practice, and support. Visit our website, oaklandcsl.org, and go to the events page to register. We really need help in the following sacred service opportunities, given that some folks are transitioning out of these roles. We could use help in the coffee tea team. That sounds like a good team to join. Anyone not like coffee or tea? Coffee tea team, the AV team, the Oasis AV team. We'd appreciate help in any of those areas, and you can contact Steve at oaklandcsl.org. Our new nonprofit partner presentation is scheduled for February, so stay tuned. You'll hear more about those organizations that we are supporting. The 2025 application for the Board of Trustees has been extended to today, January 12th. Please help us fill 3 open positions on the board. Visit our website and select About Us and scroll down to the Board of Trustees to download the application. And I believe Nancy Hester is here somewhere to speak. Oh, welcome. Come on up. Nancy Hester is going to tell us more about this opportunity.
Good morning. I'm Nancy Hester, and I'm a board member at the Oakland Center. Is that better? There I am. I'm writing this out because I want to make sure I capture some of the highlights of why I've enjoyed being a board member. My membership started in April 2024. I'm being very transparent now. I had concerns about being on the board. As a matter of fact, the only board I've ever been on is the boardwalk. Some of my concerns were, do I have what it takes? What can I contribute? It's my belief we can be hardwired for change, and this is something new for me. Will I fit in, and am I capable? Those are just a few concerns that crossed my mind. What I'm experiencing is this. I've come to know so much about our community and our center. I get to work with some awesome individuals on various committees. I'm able to contribute to the workings of this center, and I use my voice to play a part in its growth. And most important, I've learned what it takes to operate this center. Since becoming a member, I've stretched myself, and I've signed up to do fundraising, and I contribute to various committees, mainly because it's fun. In doing so, I've come to personally know some of the amazing congregants in this community who give of their time and talent, and for me, it's been very rewarding. Lastly, it's deepened my spiritual practice, and I've grown in areas that were previously unattainable for me. Was there initially a little fear? Yes, as I stated earlier, it was something new. We have a great center, an amazing minister, committed practitioners, and a beautiful facility. We could use your time, your gifts, and your talents to help grow our center. I'm hopeful that you will consider becoming a board member with the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. Thank you.
Not done yet. A couple more things. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you so much for the announcement and for your service. Last announcement is that Spirit Treasure Bookstore is celebrating the new year with 30% off all books, including children's books and card boxes, and there are gifts for under $10, so check it out after service. And you can learn more about what is happening at our center on our website, signing up for the Village News, liking and subscribing us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook for special content. You can find out about what's happening internationally in the CSL organization at csl.org. And if you are willing and able, we will now stand together to recite our vision and mission statement. The vision of Oakland Center for Spiritual Living is to joyfully reveal the love and oneness of God. We are a welcoming and inclusive spiritual community dedicated to individual transformation and collective growth. Our purpose is to love, inspire, and serve our community and the world through education, music, prayer, and play. And so it is. Enjoy the service.
Good morning. My name is Eliza Young, and I am a practitioner here. And so I have a couple of readings for you today. The first is from Eric Butterworth, Celebrate Yourself. Wherever spirit is at all, the whole of spirit must be. And because God or spirit is omnipresent, the whole spirit, Holy Spirit, must be present in its entirety at every point in space and time. From Richard Rohr, love lives and thrives in the heart of space. It has kept me from wanting to hurt people who have hurt me. It keeps me every day from obsessive, repetitive, or compulsive head games. It can make the difference between being happy and being miserable and negative. Today I know that God is everywhere present. We can make space for it everywhere, for it is in every space. It is here on our earth. It is the space between you and me. It is the space between our earth and the sun, between the planets of our galaxy, between our galaxy and other galaxies. It is everywhere, everywhere present. Knowing this, I claim that I am also in this space of spirit. It is everywhere present. And each one here, and those on live stream, and our amazing speaker, Reverend Sunshine Michelle Coleman, is filling this space and speaking the word. And so I claim and know our service is blessed. It is wonderful. Each one bringing their consciousness and their excellence to uplift all of us and bring us that wisdom that we need today, bring us that goodness, that knowingness that we are in this oneness with Spirit always And I'm so grateful to know this. I know in the mind of God, this spirit is wholly whole, perfectly perfect, completely complete. It is done. And I am grateful to know this. And so it is. And now some more music.
I am the sunrise, I am the light, I am the moonrise, I am the night, I am the stars in the sky. My body's of the earth and my spirit knows how to fly, to turn through the cycles of my life, carrying and sharing this love inside. I am the sunrise, I am the light, I am the moonrise, I am the night, I am the stars in the sky. My body's of the earth and my spirit knows how to fly, to turn through the cycles of my life, carrying and sharing this love inside. Sunrise, I am the light, I am the moon now, I am the night, I am the stars in the sky. Bodies of the earth and my spirit knows how to fly, to turn through the cycles of my life, carrying and sharing this love inside. Oh, I am the sunrise, I am the light, I am the moonrise, I am the night, I am the stars in the sky. My body's of the earth and my spirit knows how to fly, to turn through the cycles of my life, carrying and sharing this love inside.
Thanks to Omega Ray and our maestro, Kev Choice. Thanks so much, Robert. Let's give him some more love. I'm Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle Coleman, the proud spiritual director. I love introducing myself to you, and I hope you introduce yourself to other people, because we've not known each other this day, have we? It's a brand new day, isn't it? Yeah, so that's why I introduced myself. I use she and they pronouns, and I want to share with you my new toy that I remembered to bring. I've received many a beautiful gift from our lovely congregation here, from brooches to garments to all other gifts, and this one is very unique. It's a muffler, I'm going to call it a muffler, that was one of our beautiful congregants' mothers. And she knows I like to use sparkles, and she doesn't. And she thought of me, and made this and then took the time to put fur in it so that I would be warm during service. Now, isn't that just lovely? Thank you, Amy. But you know I need my hands, so. Yes, but I was warm. Oh, my goodness. Let us start with our community breath. I'm going to put our books over here. I remembered to bring them on stage. Those are props. But let's just take a community breath. You can go ahead and breathe, but I'm going to breathe us together, if you don't mind, by exhaling it right where you are. Just let it go. Now take an intentional, conscious breath and fill your lungs, letting the air come in, and let it out with a sigh. You too, live streamers, and let's do that twice more on your own time, breathing it in and letting it out. And one last breath, a bigger breath, and a bigger sigh. Simply allowing and noticing and welcoming the breath and the gift of life that we only have to allow. It knows what to do. Let's not take it for granted. Let's bless it and be intentional with it as beloved community. And I had us do that early because I want to start with a moment of silence, and I want to tell you what I want us to give moment of silence to. There's so many things, isn't it, that we could give tribute and honor to? You know, I felt bad that I didn't remember last week. Someone told me that it was the anniversary of the January 6th insurrection at the Capitol, where there was violence, people lost their lives, they were traumatized, and our country was put up in turmoil. And then there are fires raging in Southern California. And many of us know or have heard of people who have died, lost their lives, who have lost their homes, who are displaced. And who are afraid. So there's probably many other things we just laid to rest this week. President Jimmy Carter at 100 years old. There's so many other things, I'm sure, and let us give a moment of intention. Let anything else on your heart. There's lots of calamities and different things that are happening right here locally and nationally and internationally that deserve a sacred community moment of silence. We send our prayers and our love everywhere where it is needed. And in that reverence, someone told me that this week was our beloved Reverend Jeff Anderson's birthday, the former senior minister of this center. And so we want to acknowledge dear Reverend Jeff in that same sacred moment of silence. Together, let us say, blessed be. Thank you. Just to highlight a couple of other things, as Rain mentioned, and my bad, several eyes were on those slides and on the announcements, and it didn't get in there, so I'm not sure how. I take ownership for that. where we are having a special town hall potluck January 26th, 2 Sundays from now. I invite you to come, and if you know somebody that's not here, I want them to come. We have important news to share with you and need your ideas and your input. This is a critical time for us. And I won't sugarcoat it. We're going through some challenges, like a lot of organizations trying to keep it together. And so I am asking you, as your senior minister, to come. We need you. I need you. Please. And bring a dish. Because you know we like to eat after service. Y'all won't stay unless we eat. Another thing that is coming that we will give you the link to in the newsletter, as well as maybe I'll send a note out on Breeze and we'll announce it next week. But, you know, Martin Luther King Day is coming up a week from tomorrow, right? On the 20th. That's the same day as the inauguration. Some people have mixed feelings about that, landing like that. And we're going to stand in intention and prayer and power. And I understand that Centers for Spiritual Living is joining with a group of interfaith ministers who are meeting in person and casting online. They're meeting in Memphis. The Poor People's Campaign, Bishop Yvette Flunder will be there, and some others, and our own Dr. Sonny Cantrell Smith, as well as Dr. David Alexander in Atlanta will be there with them. So we want you to watch that. I was going to try to put together a watch party and all that, but I'm not sure that I can pull it off. So I thought it better to just tell you about it and give you the link. It'll be at 4 p.m. Pacific on Martin Luther King Day. It's something to listen. It's called a prophetic response to America's defining moment. Now, don't you want to be a part of that? Yes. So I encourage you to look for that. And then lastly, I will highlight our need for volunteers. We always need volunteers, and we have a lot of gaps here. This is a truth-telling moment. You know, I bring it to you real. And we have several groups where the leads are rolling off at the end of this month. And I am asking you for your support. We need, for the Sunday and the Wednesday Oasis, we need folks on the AV team, and we can tell you what that means. We can train anybody. You don't have to be a tech person. And also the coffee kitchen team, the coffee tea team, as Rain said, in the kitchen. So if we don't, what I'm thinking is if we get like 4 people, we can rotate, and people are doing it once a week. Then it's not a lot of time spent. And here's the thing, if we don't get people, then we won't have coffee and tea. Let's just break it down like that, right? So step up, let me know, let Steve know at steve@oaklandcsl.org. And I want to thank, I notice Sylvia Hughes is on PowerPoint today, and Bob Reed, who's usually in the garden, was on the cameras here recently. So we have people crisscrossing. Let's give them some love. I also want to thank Nancy Hester, who was up here, who did this beautiful arrangement. And she decorates my door with wreaths. So thank you, Nancy, so much. I don't want to forget that. We have folks in this community doing double and triple duty. So I want everyone to get engaged. It's important, or else I wouldn't spend time on it. Okay, and now my props, right? We're doing our daily readers that Rain mentioned. Science of Mind 365, daily gratitude. I just brought them up for props, but I have it in my notes, and I kind of pulled from the 2 of those. And so if you're willing, let us declare this affirmation together. I know that the eternal presence is really embracing everything. In this presence, I serenely and confidently rest, placing all my hope and aspiration in its loving care. I am grateful to be filled with love, to come from the heart, as much as I can to love the world, all creatures great and small, all of nature and all people, whether they are dimly lit or brightly illuminated. Love lights up my life. And so it is. Larry, it wouldn't be the same without you calling that out, and so it is. Well, we here focus on the Centers for Spiritual Living global themes. And this year, we're focusing on, here's my graphic, rising higher, growing deeper. Isn't that right? Rising higher, growing deeper. I love that. And in November, not November, what is this? January. I changed it up a little bit, stretching into infinite possibilities. I like that, yes? Yes! Let's all do that. Yes! Yeah, we're telling the universe yes. Today we're talking about making space for it. And the qualities that I'm highlighting are the raw source, our divine source, openness and surrender. So what I mentioned last week, and I'll do it all the way through, even though we have a couple guest speakers coming, and they'll talk about it, I'm hoping, I'll prep them, is the first 4 chapters of the Science of Mind textbook by our founder, Ernest Holmes. It's traditional for us to talk about that in January. We're getting back to basics in our Science of Mind philosophy. So those of you who have been with us for a long time, those of you who are new, we want you to know these principles and work them in your life. This is a practicing philosophy that we're in. You can take it out into the parking lot as you drive home and every other place so that you can use it. The first chapter, anybody know what that's called? The thing itself. The thing itself. Thank you. It talks about the divine essence, that universal law, that thing, whatever we want to call it, that universal presence, that eternal presence. And last week we talked about God's nature, that thing. God's nature is our nature because we are a part of that thing. You with me? Okay, we're on the second chapter this week on the way it works. And this one describes how that thing operates and functions. I always want to say what it does, but that's the third chapter, right? But it does, that way it works, it begins to tell you about what it does and how we can use it and what it expounds on its nature so that it makes sense sequentially. And that we're embracing today by making space for it. And I'll talk more about that. Here's a quote I want to give you by our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes. Life fills all space and spirit animates every form. But since you are an individual, even the spirit cannot make the gift of life unless you accept it. That sounds a little precarious, huh? Because the gift of life is there whether you accept it or not, but what they're saying is into your life. You might be living, but you might not be living consciously and abundantly unless you're conscious. Life may have given everything to you, but only that which you accept is yours to use. Isn't that deep? I think that's like really something for you to want to latch on to. Okay, the third chapter, I already told you what it is, but anybody want to say what it is? Ooh, I heard a variety of things. Okay, what it does. What it does. That means that describing the effects, the outcome that is obtained by the way it works, by that thing itself and how it manifests. And the fourth chapter, anybody know? How to use it. I heard that. How to use it describes how we interact and engage with it because we're a part of it, right? So this this big thing, this thing itself that is indescribable, yet we try, we can use it. We can use it in our own lives. Okay, so making space for it. That's our topic today. First thing dropped down on me was clean your closets. Clean your closets, clean your pantry, clean your cupboards, clean whatever you need to clean, because how are you going to accept something that you're reaching out to get more of if it's cluttered, if there's no room for it, no room in your life for it? To make more spaciousness in spirit, in your mind. Yeah, it's all places. You're right, Reverend Alley. It's everywhere we are, clean it out. And I had, an experience with that here recently where my pantry was cleaned. And, sometimes if you're anything like me, some of that is just a no-brainer when you're cleaning it, because some of it has expired anyway, and you don't use it. Why are you holding on to stuff? And I'm one to tell, because I got a lot of stuff I'm holding on to. Anybody with me? Holding on to stuff that you don't even know you have. Clean it out. Make space for it, so that the way is opened up for that which you call yourself want, right? Deborah Jackson hosted the vision board party yesterday. I wasn't there, but it's a beautiful process that she does every year, and I've done many a vision board. So we put together a treasure map, vision board, whatever you want to call it, so that we have a visual of that thing that we're proclaiming in the new year. We could be sabotaging our good or neutralizing our good by holding on to some things that we don't know we have that's cluttering up our life. How are you going to get something new? Anybody with me? Yeah. Okay. And it even goes further. Empty your schedule so that you can move around and breathe. Here recently, I kept hearing spaciousness. I kept hearing it. And I listen to Spirit. I know how Spirit talks to me. So it was like, got it. So I released some commitments to create more spaciousness. If for nothing else, for my own self-care and for rest. How am I going to rejuvenate if I have too much going on? And what I realized is now is the time that is really important for us to prioritize, to take care of ourselves. That's really important. And to use that sacred word when we need to, which is no. I'm talking to me. There's times I've had to teach myself that by sitting on my hand, because my hand would always go, I'll do it. I'll do it. And people will let you do it too. Unless you learn that sacred word of no. Okay, so here's a good one. Make room in your life for partnership. Or else, how will they know that you really want to be with them when you haven't prepared for their arrival and for them to stay? Y'all hearing me? Those of you who want a partner in your life, is your life too cluttered to be able to attract and to maintain and to sustain a relationship, yet you are on your vision board saying that you want right and perfect partnership? What I'm talking about, people, is alignment. Is what you're saying and doing in alignment with your behaviors. That's what we need to check out. So I'm big on telling on myself. So I'll tell you a little story, but before I get to that, what I believe is it could be about fear, the reason we do some of that, right? Because we have to face some things, we have to deal with some things, we may even have to eradicate some stuff, and that's hard sometimes. And people don't even want to do it. They'd rather stay miserable than to do something different and clean it up. So we use this through our spiritual tools. This is how we get it done. Have you ever heard this saying, and it's most noted by that Aristotle said it? The universe abhors a void, we've called it a vacuum, and rushes in to fill it. Anybody ever heard that? that means that if we take something out, there's this activity that's wanting to rush to fill it in. Metaphysically, what we mean is that through our positive intentions, and through cleaning out, like I've mentioned already, we clear the pathway for those things that are on our vision board for it to come to us. I have lots of vision boards hung in my house from all the way back to the year 2000. And working the science of mind principle, you better know I've accomplished many of those things. And they're perpetual, because then in another space and time, I want to do the same thing over again in a different way, right? So the visuals are good, but unless we're willing to work our spiritual principles in our lives, then it won't match up. And then you'll wonder, this is when we allow the doubt to really take over. And then we tell the story, right? Or we stay in the story. We let the story, the groove be grooved in. The groove be grooved in. Is that what I said? Yeah. Okay, well, let's stick with that. About, oh, woe is me. I don't believe that spirit, or it's favoritism, or it's this or that or the other, as opposed to taking responsibility for what it is that we need to do in our lives. Okay, so here's where I get to tell on myself. So I was wanting, perhaps, maybe, kinda, my right and perfect partner. Anybody ever done that? You kinda want it, maybe. Because if you name and claim it, you might get it, and then you have a responsibility to it, right? So I started taking a look at, I was noticing how people were demonstrating their right and perfect partners, but I had been saying, oh, no, I'm in school, I can't do that. Or, oh, no, I'm in this, I can't. Oh, I'm in a new center, I can't do this. Oh, no, I can't. And then when those things kind of settled down, I didn't have those things to fall back on anymore, right? Being a person of integrity and honesty, so then I focused on myself to say, well, what if this is true? That's what I've told y'all, haven't I? What if this is true? Is there something behind this for me to look at? So I said, okay, let me take a look. Do you know what I find? When you lean in and when you ask the question, Spirit will give you the answer if you're willing to listen. If you're willing to hear it, what I heard was a stark reality that I had to get to grips with. Is I feared that I would lose my independence if I allowed myself to attract my right and perfect partner. What if that's true? After I got through fighting, no, that's not true, that's not true. And then it's like, okay, settle down. What if that is true? Oh, something for me to do. So then through this process, my spiritual practice, I got up enough nerve to go down to my angel store and to buy a beautiful crystal that is meant for you to hang in the best place in your house to attract that which you want. Whether it's finances, love relationships, health, well-being, whatever. I went and got my crystal and I hung it in the right place that she told me to hang it. But that wasn't all. You still have to keep looking in the underneath. Keep looking. And so I did this spiritual reflection that I needed to do. And if we don't, I need to be sure and tell you this, because I was so concerned about my independence. But I thought about it, it's like, I don't want to be an isolated narcissist either. Overly focused on myself because I'm so wanting to have independence. But then it's neutralizing it when you say, oh, I want to be with somebody. I want to be in a love relationship. So I had to face off with, listen to this, those hidden beliefs of how life got to be the way it is. Those practitioners in the room will remember that because we studied it in class. There's a timeline exercise, and I encourage all of you to do it. Just sit with it as a spiritual practice to look at milestones in your life and how it got to be like that. But let yourself be honest. What is my role in how it got to be that way? So anyway, the crystal was hanging, and I had to lean in and listen in for those clear signals, those clear signs. When you ask, remember, Spirit will give it to you. And this is where that miracle-working power of God happens. It happens every time. It works scientifically every time. So I am belaboring this because it's so important for all of us. I will finish the story for you, but it's really, really important. And so once I kind of grappled with these notions about myself and love and relationship and said, well, that doesn't have to be true, and did my own work, my right and perfect partner showed up, right? So we have to do our work and get out of our own way, and that is making space for it, right? When we make space for it. But we have to listen to what's in the underneath and what we're telling ourselves that is sabotaging our good, and stop blaming it on somebody else or something else. What is it that I'm doing or not doing to manifest these things in my life that I want? Okay, so when we talk about making space for it, and we think about the allness, like just imagine the allness of the divine. We can't even imagine it because we have limited capacity as a human to imagine its magnificence, but we try. We can't even fathom its entirety. Because this divine thing itself is everything, it's all things, and it's the no thing. Have you heard of that? That no thing, that cosmic blob that's out there, that is raw form, that is just waiting to come into form to manifest itself. This cosmic thing, we're talking cosmological. It's huge. It's this thing itself. That's what we're dealing with. So I believe that there are shifts that are happening to accommodate that which is birthing itself into this new age. I believe that that's this shift that's happening. Y'all have heard of, solar flares and solar winds, and it's a whole lot going on in the earth that's shifting to help bring us to where we want to be in this new age. And we get to play. We get to play in this cosmic shift. And I say it to you all the time. I believe, and I even came up with an acronym. I'm so tied to that somehow. I didn't get it up on a slide, but I'm going to tell you what the acronym is. But first, let me keep on this path. This cosmological thing sounds so complicated and complex, doesn't it? However, it's really simple. It's so simple because there's complexity in simplicity. And there's simplicity and complexity. Something can seem so simple and so basic that you just brush it off. But when you look in the underneath and look underneath there and all those layers, it's more complex than you think. So my acronym, I'll bring it to you at another time, is it actually, I was trying to work it out in my mind so it was cute and sexy, but success is not quite it, but SICCIS. I'm making that success. SICCIS. Simplicity in complexity. Complexity in simplicity. Remember I said it, okay? When you face off with something that you can't grapple with, you just don't get it. Or you just want to judge somebody because they don't get it. That's what it boils down to, this doable balance. Okay, and it even works when we're talking about the universal laws that work regardless of if we use them right. Remember, for those of you who were here, I on New Year's Day, cooking in the kitchen, put my hand on a hot rack in the oven, metal rack, knowing absolutely better. Put my bare hand on that, and luckily, my senses took it away, took my hand away. It works no matter what. That law works. It works no matter what. So I have a quick example for you. On Thursday here, we had a beautiful memorial for Mary Morissette and her family. Some of you may not have known her because she was a quiet energy in our community, but very dedicated. Was here all the time, very dedicated. It had to have been at least 150 people here. And it was so many stories right here on this very platform I'm on. Songs were written because of her. People were, they broke it down for Mary as mother, Mary as in love life, Mary family, Mary at work. She was a part of the Alameda County Nurses Association, and it had to, I counted, it was 15 people that came up here, just sprawled across this stage. It was only a couple of them spoke because they all wanted to come because Mary touched their lives so. Mary, the reason I'm saying it, Mary made room. She made space for love. She made space for caring for people. She made space. We get to do that too, as an example. And as a matter of fact, I called it the Triple M. My talk was called Triple M. Magnetic Mary Morissette, because she drew people to her. So I just could not say something about that beautiful occasion we had here. So the bottom line as I close this out and as we pray is to make space in your life, in your mind. I did have it here. In your mind, in your heart, in your closet for spirit. Make space for spirit to work its magic. Strengthen in your belief because, you know, making space takes faith. It takes faith to even want to pray into that which you is for your greatest and highest good because it may cause you, get this, to stretch. Isn't that our topic, stretching into infinite possibilities? Isn't what we're about in this life to stretch and grow beyond where we were, beyond our own limitations? I think so. I mean, but you listen, it's all about choice. You can stay stagnant if you want, as long as you want. I don't think y'all want to do that. I don't. That's why I'm hanging out with y'all. So now if we need to talk, let's talk. But let's stretch into those infinite possibilities so that we can be the great people that we are. I didn't get usually I get a quote to end on, but maybe I'll read Ernest Holmes' quote again because I like to end on a quote. Stretch into your infinite possibilities. I can't find the quote, of course, because I'm looking for it. Here it is. Life fills all space, and spirit animates every form. But since you are an individual, even the spirit cannot make the gift of life unless you accept it. Life may have given everything to you, but only that which you accept is yours to use. Let's pray about that, beloved, shall we? Let's anchor it in prayer. I encourage the practitioners and ministers to surround the congregation. Live streamers, if we have practitioners online, please stand if you're so willing, or stand in your consciousness. Dodie Cheney Fernandez, Emeritus Practitioner, has brought the prayer box up. And let us go into prayer. Oh, Holy Spirit, you are welcome here, welcome into our hearts and our minds as we are gathered here as beloved community here at the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. We are so grateful to be alive this day, to be vertical, to be on this side of the veil in our right minds, as my grandmother would say. to be breathing the breath of life, to be living through whatever challenges and joys that we are living through. We know that it could always be worse, and sure, it can always be better, and that is why we are praying into our knowingness of wholeness and truth and well-being and joy and clarity and beauty and harmony and peace and all the good, great, grand things of God expressing in our lives. We know that this power and this presence of the infinite is everywhere present. It is the everything. It is all things. It is the no thing. It is here. It is there. It is everywhere present. It is expressing as every life form, whether it is a two-legged or a four-legged or a multi-legged, whether it has fins or wings or whatever it moves about with. And on the celestial plane, it could be one of those celestial beings like our ancestors or galaxies and stars, and just it encompasses everything. We are so grateful for that. As we are for these prayer requests in this box that Dodie holds, we are knowing that for every prayer there is an answer or two or three or four, because God is abundant and instantaneous. And we are knowing together and holding the truth that every prayer request in this box, or that has been uttered to a practitioner or a minister, or that is on someone's heart, is answered and responded to, and we are guided and guarded. We are lifted. We are protected fully and completely now. Praise God for that. I bless this Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, knowing that regardless of any challenges that we may have, that we survive and that we thrive and that we are lifted up as other spiritual communities are, regardless of what our environmental conditions are like, knowing that we rest on spiritual principle, yet we are responsible stewards of our community here and do what is necessary to hold it together. I give thanks. I bless our world. So much going on in our world, blessing Mother Gaia with wholeness and healing and well-being, lifting her up for her generosity of spirit and for her unconditional love, always providing the breath of life to us, always providing the elements of earth and air and water. And whatever the other element is that it's not coming to me, but there's more and more and more in spirit. And so we simply bless Mother Earth in her healing, knowing that she is being pillaged and ravaged, and that's why the climate change is happening. But what I know in spirit is that there is equalization, there is balance, there is truth, there is love taking place on behalf of Mother Earth and all planets right here and right now. I bless the raging fires that are happening in Southern California, knowing that they rage no more, knowing in advance that they are extinguished, blessing all the first responders who are out there fighting the fires, blessing those who have lost their lives and who are struggling and displaced, lost their homes or whatever the situation is, knowing that there is healing and wholeness and well-being, and not forgetting the other things that are going on in the world, like any of these wars that are all over the place, unfortunately, knowing peace and harmony and love and joy regardless of appearance, knowing those who are sick and shut in have wholeness in their body, temple, their mind, and their spirit regardless of the circumstance. Whatever the situation, homelessness, unemployment, any of these human conditions, I know we are being lifted out of whomever is experiencing them now. And I bless everyone on this ministry of prayer list and love them up. Whatever it is that they are seeking, we know that they already have, whether it's health, healing in their body, temple, wholeness, and well-being, divine orchestration, divine right order, divine peace, clarity, whatever it is. Blessing Alice Herndon, blessing Miss Gloria Alexander, blessing Karen, blessing Alice Knudsen, blessing Rita and Peggy, blessing our country, the United States of America, and holding it up as we transition the presidential administration here soon. and knowing that regardless, there is peace and harmony and love. Blessing Roger Karstens and the hostage team and all the people that they safely steward and advocate on behalf of in every country with all the different governments in safety and protection. Blessing those in transition, Nalini Singh, comfort, who made her transition, comfort for her husband, Robert Hart, and their family and their GAM community. Blessing, peace, and comfort for the Morissette family, who we just memorialized Mary the other day, lifting them up in comfort and in love. And beloveds, now is the time where I fling open the doors of this prayer for your voice to be included in it, to say your name first and the names of anyone that you are praying on behalf of so that we can hold them in love and truth. Giving thanks, praise, and honor, and holding the space, making the space for all those people who are those thought bubbles that are coming up with love. Blessing them right here and right now, giving thanks, praise, and honor for knowing the truth, for being the truth, for living the truth right now. And so together, collectively, in this space of total gratitude, we simply release this word and let it go, knowing that the divine energy and law of love and law take it over and sweep it into their bosom and put their magic on it and bless it so that we are blessed with miracles and blessings all over the place right here and right now. We expect it. We know that it's true. Breathe into that, beloveds. Breathe in the truth, this knowingness of truth right now. And we let it be. And together we can declare, and so it is. Amen. Praise God. Blessed be. Thank you, Dodie and practitioners. And as our beloved Reverend Jerry comes up, I would ask that you, when you go into the conscious giving, Reverend Jerry, somebody shared with me yesterday that they didn't quite understand why the auto tithing and, this came off here. The auto tithing and why we use that item in your hand. And I figured somebody else might not know either.
Well,
so let's just slow it down and tell people what it's about.
Thank you. I'm Reverend Jerry, a proud member of our spiritual community here at the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. And it's funny, there's only one mind, because I was thinking about this just this morning, that if I have the opportunity, because I love this sacred time of the service where we get to really step into the law of circulation, where we get to give and we open ourselves up to receiving. That's what this is all about, in addition to supporting our spiritual community. So we have many, many ways to give. One way to give is by completing a pledge card. We had our pledge campaign at the end of the year, and we still have our pledge campaign, which means you can go within and find that happy space where you freely give of your finances to support our finances. Now, when you pledge, this card represents those of us who pledge, so it's our way of ritualizing our givingness by, as we say, hold your gift to your heart, which we will be doing momentarily. Whether you're giving cash, dropping money in the basket, coming up and blessing the basket, or you are an auto giver, this card represents that givingness. So we are so blessed here at Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, and this givingness is so very important to keeping us thriving. Thrive in 25 is the motto this year, yes? As we rise higher and grow deeper, we root ourselves in this law of circulation, of giving and receiving, and how blessed we are. So we only want happy money, though. No obligations here, only happy money. So why don't you join me now in reciting our giving affirmation. I freely give what I have, and the divine source multiplies in return. And so for you Zellers or you anybody who wishes to give who's online, we have lots of ways by going to our donate button on our website. And we have all these amazing ways to give. There it is, that donate, that red button up there. And so we have so many wonderful ways to give to make it easy for any of us sitting here in the sanctuary or for those online on live stream. So thank you, thank you, thank you for your giving us. When the music starts, we welcome you up to our baskets.
You can clap your hands, yeah. You can dance on up to the baskets. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. We don't know what's coming, but we can help shape what's ahead. Kindness is our currency, the commonwealth is in our hands. So give a little, oh, give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go round, there's more than enough. Come on and clap your hands. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love, power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Don't you too? Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Look up now, people, but keep your ear to the ground. We are the river flowing, generosity abound. So give a little, oh, give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go round, there's more than enough. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love, power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Honey bees serve sweetness, only to help the world bloom, bringing life to the flower, from the flower to the, we can learn a thing or two. So give a little, oh, give a lot, don't stop. A helping hand makes the world go round, there's more than enough. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love, power of love. Ooh, I believe in the power of kindness. Ooh, I believe in the power of love. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much to our wonderful musicians. And I think Kev Choice might be doing something on Martin Luther King Day, huh? In the name of love? Yeah, so look that up, in the name of love. Yes, tell them more about it.
Yes, actually January 18th, which I think is next Saturday, I'll be performing at the Paramount Theater here in Oakland, California, for a big MLK weekend tribute put on by this organization, Living Jazz and SF Jazz, called In the Name of Love. We'll be highlighting the music of Aretha Franklin with the amazing artists and community organizations. We're doing an orchestra thing. We'll actually be rehearsing here on Friday, which is amazing to have outside community come rehearse in this space with a full orchestra. So look out for that next Saturday at the Paramount Theater, In the Name of Love, with Living Jazz. Yeah. Yes, I'm the musical director, but you know, it's all a bunch of amazing artists coming together. So hopefully you can come out for sure. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to our musicians, and thank you to everyone that put our service together, our fabulous speaker, Reverend Sunshine. I feel like you were speaking directly to me today. Thank you so much. And our AV team and all of you that are here today. So, if you are here for the first time and you didn't get a welcome packet, you can get one outside in the foyer on your way out. And that has more information about our center and our services here. One of the services we have is the prayer room. So you can go to the back, and our practitioners are happy to pray with you, a 3-minute miracle. If you would like a longer session, you can make an arrangement with the practitioner. Their information is in the education building. And we love to pray, so come and bring your joys and your sorrows and your fears and whatever you want to pray about. We like to pray about it. And now we have our affirmation. There it is. I make space for the Holy Spirit in my life. I welcome the opportunity to stretch into infinite possibilities. I am open and receptive to good manifesting in my life. Spirit, show me the way. And so it is.
And so it is. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on, guide your way on. Oh, guide your way on. Happy Sunday. Have a beautiful rest of the day.